Hi everyone, I am Nick, Product Manager at Awell. In the dynamic landscape of healthcare, being able to adapt care flows promptly is a necessity to stay ahead. We know that building care flows is a collaborative effort between clinical operations along with product and engineering teams. For those teams where care flows are deeply embedded in your own proprietary systems, or teams where engineers just like to have more control over the publishing process, we wanted to provide more guardrails so publishing new versions of care flows can be done safely and with confidence. That's why we introduced source control into Awell. Source control allows you to manage changes to care flows on remote source control management providers such as GitHub. Let's have a look at how it works. So I have an existing care flow here with source control set up. And as you can see, we are at version 16 of this care flow. Now I'd like to do a change here. And more specifically, I'd like to add a calculation here, which calculates the BMI. So I am already collecting the weight and height of the patient. So I'll use those as inputs for the BMI calculation. And that's it for the changes that I'd like to do. Now let's go ahead and publish this care flow. And if we go to our versions, you'll see that version 17 was published and there is actually a commit related to it to our GitHub repository. So let's move ahead to the repository. You'll see that there is a commit in my GitHub repository for that version 17. So let's have a look. And here you can actually see the changes that I've done in Awell Studio, but represented as code, because care flows are stored as code, more specifically as components. So you can see that we have changes in the actions component, which makes sense because we added the calculation with the weight input and the height input, and there is some changes to other components as well. Now, if we go back to the repository, you can see that basically here the care flow is represented as individual components, giving us an idea, of how this care flow is built and made up. Now let's have a quick look at how source control can be configured. So if we go to the settings, you'll see there is a new navigation element here that says source control. And here we're able to set up source control. So all you need is really a GitHub repository and then the URL of that repository, the name of the branch, and the access token. With source control, developers can use a familiar Git-based flow to manage changes to care flows. Moreover, it allows you to extract the care flows you have built with Awell Studio into components as code, providing unparalleled control and ownership. Source control is available today, and we are planning to add more features in the future so your teams can publish care flows with confidence and have a good night's sleep. If you want to learn more about source control, have a look at our developer hub where we have everything documented. And that's it for this video. Until the next one.